What is up? It is Miguel from Run With It, and we are back for another episode of Art Can Change the World. It's where we interview artists and those who work within the arts world to hear stories about how art could actually change the world. And today I'm here with Anthony Magliano. And Anthony, why don't you tell us what you do in the arts world?
Right on. So I'm Anthony Magliano. I'm the founder and creative director of Quixotic, based here in Kansas City. We create unique, inspired performances, integrating technology, dance, live music, a lot of circ arts, and anything else we can kind of fire is another big part of what we do. But I like to say that our group's very much into creating unique experiences, site-specific installations, theatric productions, but then we also like to do just straight-up stage shows at music festivals.
That's awesome.
So we kind of like to stay busy.
And it sounds like you guys have a big summer coming up too.
Yeah, for sure.
Bunch of festivals. So
we do.
And you know, this idea of art impacting and changing the world, it's always fun for us to hear stories about how art impacts someone personally. So would you mind sharing a story of how art has impacted you personally?
Yeah, you know, actually, one of the things, we did a show at the Nelson Atkins Museum called Surfaces, and it was one of those where we did the wall dancing, you know, the rappel dancing, and then live music experience, and it's on the lawn. There's about 5,000 people there. Huge, huge show, and lots of people from all walks of life, families, everybody out there. And I remember afterwards, and it was also one of the you know, the very few free shows we do, you know, which is also cool. And I remember looking over, and this family was just having a super good time. And then afterwards, you know, I was talking to them a little bit, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you know, our daughter stopped doing, you know, dance and doing things artistic, and you know, she went into sports, and we've always tried to balance, you know, giving them more balance, all of our kids, and then our son was playing piano and stopped, and you know, and I'm trying to get them back into that, and I think that tonight really got them excited because they saw you guys playing the live music with this big beautiful backdrop and integrating the projection mapping, and it just kind of put music in a different setting for them, and it showed them, you know, because you guys had a keyboard player, and you know, you guys had, you know, dancers, and it just put it in a different light. And what's really cool about that is a couple years later, I saw the same family at another event, and the daughter had been taking dance classes, and the son didn't pick piano back up; it actually picked guitar up.
Nice.
And
that's a typical progression, right?
And when I was talking to the you know, father and the mother of these kids, you know, they're like, yeah, that night was probably one of the things that got them back into the arts, and it's like, that's why we do what we do, you know.
That's amazing.
And I think that's the biggest part about being a performance artist, and you know, is that we're able to inspire others to and just influence creativity and positive energy into the world, and that's like a huge part of what you know, Quixotic is all about. That's awesome. Inspiring and giving hope and dreams to people, and you know, just good energy, good vibes.
So even for you, when you started at 11 years ago, you were saying, was that part of the dream or all the dream for you, just to see that come alive in other people?
You know, just even before I was playing, you know, even before I played drums and played music, and just I always loved going and watching bands and live music and seeing just that whole, you know, seeing a group of people work together to make a big sound live was always exciting to me. And then when you saw people react to that, that was exciting as well. It was like just everything. And what we've done with Quixotic is that same inspiration as, like, you know, me growing up, learning how to play music and taking it to the masses and using your art to, again, create this energy, this good energy of bringing people together. So, but, you know, that's always one of the things that, you know, keeps me going with what I do. It's like, yeah, we do this, you know, we're in the business of, you know, bringing inspiration and, you know, making people happy, getting excited about stuff. So
what's cool is during a lot of these interviews we've been doing is hearing that the way the art has impacted someone personally more and more is the idea of seeing it impact somebody else. So it's cool to see that trend happening now within some of the people we're interviewing, hearing it with you. Would you mind sharing another story where you've seen art impact somebody else, maybe through Quixotic, or really in any other realm as well. So
for sure. One thing that, has been exciting just in Kansas City to see is, the whole First Friday movement, and bringing people from all over Kansas City and beyond together to celebrate art, bands that, are starting in their basement can actually come out and present what they're doing on the streets and get people to notice them and watch them. And they're going to have an audience because when it's nice out, First Fridays are massive here.
Everybody's there.
And people are supporting. And I think that every year, First Friday continues to get bigger. And then the sense of community and artistic community and pride in all the cool things going on here with performance art, food art, music, visual art, painting, sculpture, fashion. It's like, I feel like First Fridays has really become a hub. And when you're down there, you're walking through and there's people promoting their events that might be the next night or might be in 2 months, but people are down using First Friday as well to promote their artistic endeavors. And that's amazing that you have that, you have that once a month knowing that you can go and really get your stuff out there. And I know that we, back in the early day, still continue to do, and it's helped us a lot to just get out there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple of Quixotic artists, will be a really unique pairing of one of our acrobats will go down there with a sear wheel, and then we'll have like a drummer go down and
That's
just,
awesome.
And they'll be wearing their Quixotic hoodies with the ripped up sleeves, and they'll just start going crazy.
Just right in the street.
Just right in the street.
Performance. That's
and
awesome.
then people, and not to necessarily to directly promote anything we're doing specifically, but just, hey, we're part of this community. Mm-hmm. We love it. We want to give some entertainment for the night, on this little corner. Yeah. We love doing, like I said, we love doing the big theater shows. Mm-hmm. We love touring, but we come from doing street performance. Yeah. That was the first stuff, for us, is doing abandoned warehouses and it's cool to we don't need the stage in the green room and we do it right here. We can do it wherever. And that's kind of how
on the side of a building.
On the side of a building. And that's how, a lot of the artists within this group, that's just what we do and we always have. And but so anyways, back to your question, I think First Fridays is huge. It's a huge cultural, artistic event that happens in Kansas City, and it's brought so many people together and really celebrates what's happening here in town. So I know that, when there's people that we work with that come in from out of town, new choreographers, new dancers or musicians or any other type of artistic collaborator that's never been to Kansas City, if it falls around a First Friday, mm-hmm. it's always fun to see them, just like the reaction, of, wow, this is really cool. You guys really all pulled together. You got some really cool stuff going on.
Yeah, the culture here has really been growing.
Right.
The energy of it's amazing.
For sure. So I'd say that, is like a big one for me. And even when I go out other places, I talk about, when people ask about what's it like in Kansas City. But I like to think that it is very supportive. Everyone really supports each other and what's going on. And there's lots of other things too happening now, obviously with the Middle of the Maps Festival is mm-hmm. huge, not just for music, but for just ideas and getting conversations.
Yeah, the forum stuff is great.
Forum and just, with film again, and, just ideas, creativity, mm-hmm. And that's what I love to see, just creativity being promoted on these levels.
Absolutely. Well, it's cool to hear, again, kind of the micro story of this one family being inspired and then seeing this macro, how everyone contributing really is growing this hub. I met artists from San Francisco and we were in Florida at a conference and I said, yeah, I'm from Kansas City. And she's like, oh, really? We've been keeping an eye on you guys. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what? Not like us personally, but the city. And I'm like, really? And she's like, yeah, that's where a lot of people are moving to. Right. And I'm like, wow, and this is a few years back. She said people can afford to actually live there, but the creative culture is just growing, so people are gravitating here. Right. So it's cool to hear awesome. That.
No, it is. It's very something that we as Quixotic take pride in, and when we go and we're actually getting ready to do small Northwest tour, and we're excited because every time we go out, it's always fun at the after parties or even just talking to the backstage crew. Just, where are you guys from again?
Yeah.
It's always cool to say Kansas City, and you're right. More and more people are like, right on, man. I know some people that moved out there.
Really?
Yeah, and but it's cool. It's cool, and we take great pride that this is our home base, and that we've created this brand here and this artistic endeavor here. But we love going out and representing. So
that's awesome. Well, thank you for what you guys do here for the city, but then also throughout the world. Really,
right
even
on.
what I think you were saying, Costa Rica is on the docket as well.
Costa Rica, Lake Tahoe, and Eugene, Portland, Los Angeles. Got some stuff coming up.
That'd be fun too.
But then there's also a lot of cool stuff happening here in town. We have a show at the Lead Center in Lawrence on June 8th.
June 8th? Okay.
Yeah.
Here in Kansas City then. Awesome. Well, and just kind of close it out, if you want to share, we have a lot of followers from Kansas City, but growing followers throughout the world. So let them know where they can connect with you guys and keep track of you guys.
Yeah, just our website, quixoticfusion.com. And then also just on YouTube, Quixotic. Just check it out. We have lots of videos out there.
Awesome.
So,
well, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll have a lot more coming for the Art Can Change the World series.